We're just a few days away from the Tiki Caliente room crawl, the greatest tiki party still held in Palm Springs, and I know that I'm going to see a lot of you there. There's some other event going on at the hotel too, I just can't remember what it's called, Caliente something. Hopefully that won't get in our way. So this year I'm going simple, Colonial Punch, and I'll show you the modern traditional method and then my version.
Piso nessa areia fina, vejo no mar uma menina.
So why am I going simple this year? Well, I've lost my team for the event. Lady Miss Wong has restarted her career in international commerce, Fred Astaire and Sandra Dee are on a month-long tour of the Vegas strip clubs, and even K-Rocket chose a mad scientist weekend over this. I'm not even sure if I can get any music together, let alone decorations. But let's take a quick look at the original recipe for Colonial Punch from 1863. Okay, I don't measure using lumps and gills, so let's figure out a quick version that's easy to make. This recipe gives us a little more sugar and a little more lemon, with the tea adding some extra depth. If you're making this with freshly made tea, use it to dissolve the sugar first and allow to cool a bit before adding the rest of the ingredients. And this can be made in advance and stored in the fridge until happy hour. Just remember that the longer this sits in the fridge, the more it will flocculate. So don't forget to shake it up before serving over ice. Nutmeg is also a nice touch, but isn't necessary.
O cheiro do acarajé da Cira, doce Bahia. O pivete é o meu filho, dá troco e fecha o vidro. Doce Bahia.
Oh yeah, this is good. Did I just say flocculate? And are there tannins from the tea? Does that make this a candidate for clarification? Let's come back to that. So what's the Bitter Steve version? First, I'm adding more cognac. I feel it gets hidden in the regular version, and I like that flavor to pop out. Second, I'm going to double the Batavia Arrack and add just a dash of Lemon Heart 151 for some extra depth, and because it burns. I'm starting with a 12-hour oleo saccharum using the peels of 4 lemons and a half cup raw sugar. I prefer Zarame sugar from Japan, but have not found any since the pandemic. I'm going to scoop this into a frying pan, adding the Arrack and the 151. Let's light this on fire, just until some of the lemon peel tips have burned. Quickly put out the fire, and here's where I add the tea, stirring to dissolve the raw sugar. We're using Earl Grey tea instead of just black tea because the bergamot oil adds to the depth. Dissolve as much of the sugar as you can and then strain out the peels, adding the remaining ingredients. If there is still sugar in the strainer, just keep pouring the punch through until you get as much as you can. Again, you can add nutmeg here, or in each glass, or not at all. That's up to you. I'm going to add some on top just for kicks. So let's check this out.
Bahia, no alto da ladeira.
Wow. The oleo makes the citrus more prominent and more citrusy. Just way more depth here. I mean, you're hitting every possible tasting note from the cognac and lemon at the top, the middle bursts from the rum and the tea, and all this floats on that distinct Arrack flavor with the 151 and the char. It's just fabulous. So, did I clarify the original punch? That's a good question. Come to my room party this weekend and ask for it. The secret password is, Bitter Steve, give me the good stuff, or do me dirty, Bitter Steve, or whatever, just ask for it. I'll see you all in Palm Springs. I want to add a quick addendum, because something went wrong with the clarified punch. It was fine when I was filming, but the next night it tasted really weird. Weird enough that I dumped the whole batch. And this was the simple Colonial Punch recipe I clarified. I don't know if something happened in the refrigerator, if there was a problem with the ingredients, or if the process went bad. So make the punch. Just don't clarify it until I have some time to experiment. Keep an eye out for a separate video on clarified Colonial Punch. I'll still have something fun for Palm Springs, and I can't wait to see all of you.
Da, 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 da. Tem jacaré e capelinha.